I had just gotten out of the shower when the phone rang. My wife was at work, my kids were at school. I was alone. On the phone was my surgical oncologist with the results of the biopsy. Since several weeks had gone by without a call, I'd almost stopped worrying, and that is why it hit me so hard. "We found cancer," he said. "Gleason 7, intermediate risk. We must treat it." I knew that meant it was bad. I wasn't about to ruin my wife's day by calling her at work, so for the next 2 hours, alone, I trembled, hoping the trembling would end before I had to go to work later in the afternoon. Little did I know the aloneness of the moment would be something I'd have to endure for the next 2 years. Later that day after work and my son's 17th birthday dinner, I told my wife and my sister. No one else was to know, not even my children. I would tell them when the time was right. My sister had just come out of a brutal cancer diagnosis and treatment. She got through it, but the ordeal was almost too much for our mother, who was elderly and quite frail. Further complicating matters, I'm a public figure, and if I were to tell anyone about my diagnosis, word would get back to my mother. I had to keep it secret from everyone, for her. Medically, this was an all-new experience for me. I'd been in the care of my family doctor for 20 years, and I credit him with saving my life. He had been concerned when he noticed my PSA levels rising, and he sent me for further tests. I trusted him, but now my care was in the hands of people I didn't know. The day before the procedure was one of the most difficult days of my life. I had to break the news to our children. It was tough for me, but much tougher for them. The next morning, they cried as they left for school, and my wife and I left for the hospital. Calgary has one of the best brachytherapy surgeons in the world, and the treatments were a success. But there were side effects, burning sensations, blood. I'd keep track of things, and although they were concerning when they happened, my regular follow-ups at the cancer center and being able to track my PSA test results eased my mind. Eventually, I developed the same trust with my oncologist as I had with my family doctor. And together, with my wife, kids, sister, family doctor, and oncologist, I did have the support I needed and was able to enjoy 2 more years with my mother before she passed away. Despite keeping my prostate cancer a secret, I always felt that I had a responsibility to share my experience, and when I did not have to keep it a secret anymore, I decided to use my platform to raise awareness about prostate cancer and the benefits of brachytherapy. I will continue to be monitored by my cancer doctors for another 2 years. My recovery's gone well. My PSA is undetectable, my side effects minimal, but all of us who've gone through a cancer journey live with the constant fear of recurrence, and that fear is real. It doesn't go away. It's triggered by every little ache and pain. But thankfully, now I don't have to face that fear alone.